Hello, everybody. This is 3SP. I'm coming to you with another update. I wanted to show this clip of Donald Trump. He's given a stern warning to North Korea because North Korea has been making further threats after receiving sanctions from the UN in regards to them testing out these intercontinental ballistics missiles. And they have the capability of now reaching as far as to Chicago, according to experts and scientists in the United States. And also, they've been making threats to blow up Guam, Tokyo, Seoul, South Korea, and also to strike different parts of the United States. So because of this, even Russia and China said that North Korea is out of line, and they'll basically be backing down if anything does happen. So watch this clip.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly, power, the likes of which this world has never seen before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, and looking at that clip,
NBC News
you could
fans,
tell
thanks for
that, looking at that clip, you could tell that Trump was actually hiding some more information or holding back because of the way he was folding his arms, because that's usually not a position that he puts himself in. And if you ever look at like body language experts, that means they're either protecting themselves or that they're holding back from going further than what they could. Now, just to give you just a little bit of scope on those ICBMs that been tested by North Korea, there's just this footage right here. The United States Air Force tests a long-range intercontinental ballistic missile. The unarmed Minuteman III missile launched Vandenberg Air Force Base in California on August 2nd. It flew 4,200 miles before it splashed down in the Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshall Islands. The test was not a response to North Korea's firing of ICBM on July 28th, the missile analysts say, had the capability of hitting the U.S. This test was long planned, but a reminder to North Korea of America's capabilities. These test launches verify the accuracy and reliability of the ICBM weaponry system. This was the fourth U.S. ICBM test this year.
North Korea.
So again, that's really just showing where our stance is to North Korea's tests and the success of their ICBM tests that they've been running and firing against the United States sanction and even against the advice of China, who basically oversees North Korea. And the reason why I say they oversee North Korea is because they're the only country really in active trade with them at the moment. Now, I wanted to just go over some headlines in regards to the situation. And basically, North Korea threatens preemptive strike on Guam as tension rises. And Honolulu, North Korea says it's carefully examining plans for launching a preemptive strike against Guam hours after the Trump administration warned the rogue nation to drop its threats against the United States or face fire and fury. A statement from a spokesperson for the strategic force of the Korean People's Army said it's studying a plan to create an enveloping fire around the U.S. territory home to Andersen Air Force Base. And I have a couple more tabs pulled up here. This one comes from McClatchy, D.C. Bureau. America no longer sees Kim Jong-un as a joke. And I won't go further in that one, but that's because basically, since the 50s, they've been talking about destroying the United States. And it's kind of been comical because they have not had the capability up until now to even do anything about it. Alaskan Senator, we're concerned about possible North Korean missile strikes. So now, and this is from The Hill, it's starting to alarm Alaska. Senator Dan Sullivan said he is seriously concerned about a possible North Korean missile strike on his state, as well as the rest of the United States. There's concern, but there's also pride, Sullivan said on Fox News' The Story Tuesday. Alaska is the cornerstone of our nation's missile defense. And again, that's when we seen the video from Fox showing that we actually have our own defenses. And this one comes from the social justice warriors, the Wall Street Journal. North Korea threat comes after Trump vows fire and fury. And that's again talking about the attack against Guam. And this last tab is from the Washington Examiner, where Russia downplays North Korea's saber-rattling, tells the U.S. to be prudent. Russia's top diplomat downplays North Korea's nuclear saber-rattling following a diplomatic summit Tuesday, and said the United States has to take prudent steps to de-escalate the crisis. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov emphasized that North Korea always complains about sanctions imposed by the United Nations Security Council. The regime threatened a physical response to the new sanctions and warned South Korea it has the ability to turn Seoul into a sea of flame. But Lavrov betrayed little alarm. Now, we can agree with that to a certain extent because, again, since the 50s, this has been going on where they would threaten to attack us. But this is the first time they actually have the capability of doing it. And again, our own specialists agree that now they get hit a little bit further than Chicago with their ICBMs. And they do have the nuclear capability to take out a city. So that's the reason why Trump had to be so stern. But, so again, we're looking at a level of threat that could throw us into nuclear war and into World War III. A little bit of comfort we have is that it seems as if, because of the UN Security Council vote on Tuesday, where even Russia and China agreed to sanctions against North Korea, that they'll be backing off if there is a conflict between the United States and North Korea. But again, this is nuclear war. This could take out a whole U.S. city, even though I doubt that the nuclear warhead would make it to the continental United States because of the anti-missile technology that we have right now. But I don't want to see nuclear war. I don't want to see millions of anybody get killed. And right now, I don't want to see hundreds of thousands or even millions of North Koreans killed. This is a terrible situation we're in. And the reason for my video today is just to say that we need to pray. This is the best thing we could do right now. and to let you know that prayer has brought us out of bigger situations than this before. But right now, it is so important for the people of God to pray. The Bible says that the hand of the king is in the heart of the Lord. That's the book of Proverbs. Now, what king are we praying for? Not only are we praying for our United States president, but we're also praying that God changed the heart of Kim Jong-un and his belligerents, because this is a large threat, not just to the United States, but to Japan, to Guam, to all the different Asian countries. They even made threats to nuclear strike Australia. And these are more likely targets because we're based in all these locations with our different military bases. This is a terrible situation, but right now we know that God is more than able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we ask or think. That's what the Bible says. And he says, whatsoever you shall ask for when you pray, believe that you receive it, and you shall have it. These are the promises we have in the Bible. But also, one requirement God gave says that those that come to God must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So right now, we have to believe that God is. He is what? He is able, and that he exists, and that he can do what we cry out to him to do. And right now, we're praying. We are praying right now that this situation be turned around, that this nuclear war would be reversed, that there will be peace again, that this will not lead to World War III. Right now, because we don't want to see anybody within North America, within these Asian countries, within North Korea, within South Korea. We don't want to see any of these people slaughtered, because nuclear war will bring a slaughter to all those countries. So right now, I'm asking that you stand in agreement with me, that we all together in this time will be praying for this situation. And I'm going to leave it there. And this is 3SP signing out.